Good morning. This lesson is for GLE 5. It is lesson 21 in your workbooks, dividing unit fractions and whole numbers. So in previous videos, we discussed multiplying fractions and mixed numbers, and now we're going to talk about dividing whole numbers and fractions. So as you can see on the board, I've written 6 divided by 1/2. Now, to divide fractions has a few more steps than multiplying fractions, but it is still super easy once you get the hang of it. So first thing I want to do is I want to change this whole number into a fraction. And you can easily change a whole number into a fraction just by putting it over 1. So there we go. We just put the 6 over 1, and now it became an improper fraction. All right, so your first number, we just bring it down. Now, to divide by fractions, you're actually going to multiply by the reciprocal, which means our division symbol changes to a multiplication symbol, and we're going to use the reciprocal of 1/2. Now, reciprocal just means you flip the fraction upside down. So 1/2 becomes 2 over 1. And then I just multiply straight across. 6 times 2 is 12. And 1 times 1 is 1. So my answer becomes 12 over 1 is an improper fraction. It's just 12. And we can do that again. Let us do another example. So let's say I have 5 divided by 1/3. If I have 5 divided by 1/3, all I would do is I would put that 5 over 1 to make it an improper fraction, change the division to multiplication, and use the reciprocal. So now I have 5 times 3, and I get 15, and 1 times 1 is 1, so my answer is 15. Now, we can do the same thing if we are dividing the other way. So instead of it being 6 divided by 1/2, I can do 1/2 divided by 6. So I can do 1/2 divided by 6. Now to do 1/2 divided by 6, my first number is already a fraction, so I'm just going to leave it be as a fraction. Now, this number is a whole number. It's not a fraction, but I can do the same thing. I'll just put it over 1. So now it's an improper fraction. And I'll change my division to multiplication, and then I'm still going to use the reciprocal. So if this is 6 over 1, the reciprocal would just be 1 over 6. And I can multiply straight across. So 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 6 is 12. So instead of having a whole number as an answer, as we did in the previous problem, where our final answer was 12 over 1, if we flip the division around, we get 1. 12 is the final answer. All right, this covered parts of lesson 22 as well. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and email me, or look at lessons 21 and 22 in your workbooks.